Yeah, hi, it's Alexander Quinn. Can I speak to my literary agent, please? Oh, don't be a silly sausage. I know he's there. Just pop him on. I can see him in his mother's chair right now. He's wearing that tweed jacket with the little elbow pads on. I know he's there. Yeah, okay. Because I also need to mention about his mother's. You'll put me through. Okay, all right. Zach, how are you, old chap? How you doing? Yeah. Smells a bit fishy your end. Yeah, okay. You've just ordered some sushi. Okay, yeah. I had a funny feeling like I could smell some fish on the way. Okay, so look, I'm just calling you because I had a dream last night and yeah, that's right. Yeah, I know all about the deal. Yeah. Say yes. I like the 20%. That's a good. Yeah. The book deal is really good. Yeah, let's go for that. Yeah. How do I know? Well, I dreamt the whole thing last night. So yeah. Yeah, listen, just one last thing about I've got your mother's pen here. I accidentally took it last time I was in your office. Yeah. Well, as soon as I picked it up, I just intuitively knew it was your mother's as soon as I felt it. Yeah. Yeah, it's a bit freaky, I know, but that's just how I roll. One last thing. Yeah. Be careful of that super hot dish that you ordered from the Japanese people. Yeah. That is really hot food. Yeah, just be careful of that. Yeah. Don't be freaked out. I'm like this all the time. Cheers, man. Bye. Namaste. I am Alexander Quinn, Starseed Navigating the Light, and today we're going to be having a deep look at the fourth dimension. So, let's take some extracts from my book and go deep and see what we can find. Don't forget to give a big fourth dimensional like on the like button for the video, hit subscribe, and when you click on the bell button you'll get updates on all my latest videos. Thank you. Dreams. It happens to all of us. We spend a large amount of time in our lives sleeping as the human body needs to heal and rejuvenate. Every night when we sleep we dream, and yet we think little of it or even remember what we dreamt. 8 hours of every day we sleep and dream, and yet this large proportion of our time is disregarded as having little or no relevance of any kind, as we stay locked to the physical world, only trusting what is physically touched. We spend much time discussing our waking hours, but very little time taking into account what happened during sleeping hours and contemplating why it happened. We only discuss what we have comprehended within waking hours using our six senses, not taking into account the incredible work the subconscious is computing at night, showing us solutions in metaphorical ideas. The fourth is otherwise known as the astral or dream realm. It is the in-between place between third and fifth. Often, in the path of enlightenment, one seeks to reach the fifth, and the fourth is a bridge we must cross to get over to the other side. There are, however, interesting qualities to this vibration, both in waking and sleeping states. It is less dense and more vibrational, while still hosting 3D illusions of duality, allowing the ego to also play freely within this realm. It is an energy field hosting time and its various lines and potentials. Those who are practiced at the art of astral traveling can visit other countries and places in their dreams and recall those places with accuracy as if they had actually been there. Remote viewing is a fourth density ability. Once a person has enough acumen, this can be done during waking states, and out-of-body experiences can take place whereby you are floating above your body, looking down, watching yourself without dying. It is open information that intelligence agencies use remote viewers, and this information is in the public domain. Ayahuasca is a shamanic tool used to induce ego death and travel these realms in a trance to find the truth of oneself or the world at that time. Going into an induced trance or trip can be a frightening experience for some, as your survival mechanisms are temporarily stripped from you, as reality in its true duality is truthed to you without any buffers. Used correctly, the fourth dimension can be a very reflective place to find knowledge and the truth of oneself. It is on the fourth that we are much closer to the higher self, and knowledge can be passed across the veil more fluidly. For those who are not awakened, the sleep state is a good time for angels and spirit guides to show conceptual or visual ideas. This is because when we sleep, the mind is quieter and the ego is calm enough to let ideas and visions come through its filters. This can also be a dangerous place for people who have not yet set healthy auric or energetic defenses or taken out some type of ownership of their vibrational space. This is where dark or black magic can come out to play, feeding off fears and insecurities. Sometimes this can manifest physically as sleep paralysis, with the body becoming temporarily paralyzed, while the individual dreams a nightmare and the victim feels unable to wake or move. For more awakened souls who are able to anchor their light, this is not an issue, as their light absorbs the darkness much like a light going on in a dark room. For beings that are increasingly ascending, dreams become more memorable as the veil becomes thinner and remembrance of all aspects of the dream are more easily digested. Time becomes more fluid in the fourth density, and it can be seen to either dramatically speed up or dramatically slow down. There is less time continuity in waking hours. In much the same way you can dream a dream which felt very short, but upon waking have surprisingly transitioned through an entire night or an 8-hour cycle, wondering how the dream was so short and yet so much time had passed. People who have already ascended into 5D do not suffer the duality of nightmares, as they are vibrating at a resonance higher than that of 4th density shadows or dark magic, that often try to distract or sabotage those ascending who are not practiced in the spiritual defense. It is the 4th density that houses the lost souls and demon-like entities that became stuck as non-physicals. On the one hand, they do not have a body but can't go back to 3D, becoming unable to transcend into the light and unconditional love resonance of 5D. It is thought that is why many lightworkers see shadow monsters or other entities from the corner of their eye, as these beings can attach to you in the hope that they can steal some of your thunder or even be helped out of 4D by associating. Some view 4D as the bumpy road to enlightenment. However, with proper knowledge of protection and holding your light, there is no reason why any harm should ever come to anyone in 4D. It is in the 4th that people are able to begin to experience high levels of multidimensionalism for the first time, resulting in the first signs of what we call the clair abilities. 4D is the beginning stage of using new senses outside of the 6 ordinary ones that were used for survival in the 3D world. These are all terms with origins that date back to the language of French. These include clairaudience, the faculty of perceiving as if by hearing what is inaudible; clairvoyance, the ability to gain information about objects, people, locations, or physical events through extrasensory perception; clairsentience, the ability to physically feel, to receive messages, emotions, and feelings externally without any aid; clairalience, the ability to smell, sense, people, or objects that existed in the past, present, or even the future; claircognizance, the ability to acquire psychic knowledge by means of intrinsic knowing; clairtangency, to handle an object or touch an area and perceive information about the article, its owner, or history that was not previously known; clairgustance, to taste a substance without putting anything in one's mouth, the ability to perceive the essence of a substance from the spiritual or ethereal realms through taste. This dimension is the beginning place to the magical world. Other personalities or people who identify in the energies of this realm are the magician, druid, the witch, black, grey and white, sorcerer, enchanter, psychic healer, past life regressionist. It is also important to state that as a higher density to 3D, manifestations, synchronicity, and other such occurrences such as deja vu and coincidences can happen more fluidly at a faster rate than in 3D. The veil to the other side has thinned out a lot more and energies are able to pass through much more readily. In turn, it is also where light and dark clash much more frequently before the ultimate push into the light, which is 5th density. So that was a bit about the 4th dimension. I hope you enjoyed that. It gives you a little bit of an insight of how to and how not to work in the 4th density. Currently in 2020 we are in the 4th density. It fluctuates between higher 4th and lower 4th. There are a lot of people who are still have consciousness of a basic 3D world, and they're projecting their 3D consciousness onto a 4th density. So that is something that's still going on. We are with Ascension and Gaia. We are still going upwards, so frequency is going upwards, and the idea is to get to 5th and get out of the dark sludge, slow kind of shadow vibrations that we've been dealing with on the lower 4th and in the 3D world. So a little bit of stuff on the 4th there, a lot to think about here. Do leave me your comments, and I hope you enjoyed this. Next, we've got the 5th dimension coming up. That is really going to be a beautiful video, because it's all about love and unconditional love and working in a completely different paradigm, something that Earth has never seen before. So coming right up next, the 5th dimension. I love you all. See you very soon.